your kids are in this age range now where, the threat of fucked up shit like you, drugs and sex and,
Yeah.
things going off the rails. Like, how are you guys dealing with that? What's the kind of worry level? And not to mention just, being in the music biz, like, do they sniff out like, oh,
Yeah.
this is going on over here, like,
I think one of the reasons why we moved to Niagara on the Lake, because where we were like we say Toronto, we were about 25 minutes down from downtown.
They call it the GTA, like
Yeah, it would,
Greater Toronto area.
for New York, where we live, would be the equivalent of like living in Staten Island, and taking
got it.
a ferry, boom, and you're in Manhattan or whatever, like where we live. But like we were already kind of seeing that, even though my kids were like third grade and first grade or kindergarten when we moved here. But like we were seeing the type of kids and the parents, who, by the way, when I say type of kids or type of parents, all Italian, because we grew up in an Italian. So, and we're just like, and we grew up in that kind of, that environment. And we're like, the kids, when we grew up, like we were tough. We knew how to take care of ourselves, but we're like, kids are only getting tougher. And it's just like, I don't know if we want kids growing up in that kind of like already where like kids in grade 2 and they're checking you out what tracksuit or what shoes you have, and then so moving here, it's not like we live here and
So to cut you out, I got rid of all my velour tracksuits.
there you go. They forget about it. Frankie. Oh, forget about it. No, but we moved here and it's not like where we live is you're untouchable from crime, you're untouchable from drug and drinking and kids getting into shit and bullying. But honestly, it is like from what we've seen compared to where we live, there was a lot more shit going on. And I think that's one of the reasons why we moved here. But we've had those uncomfortable conversations with our kids when they were younger. A lot of parents don't want to do it, but we're like, you have to. You have to have that uncomfortable convos because then your kids know that they can come and talk to you. But if you're an ostrich and you pretend like shit is all good and no, and that's why our kids, like they can come and talk, like and then plus they see us with our parents because we're very close with our parents. Our mom her name is Patrizia, but we call her Gangster P. Our dad's name is Julio, but every time we're down in Miami, he tells people, I'm Julio. But we call him Papa J, or we call him Jabu from that movie. Remember Cherano? It was a baseball movie, and Cherano was like some god, some Santaria,
Major League.
Major League. So remember, like Cherano. So we call Jabu. Yeah. So our dad's Jabu, our mom's Gangster P. But they see how we joke with our parents, and we call, what up, Gangster P? What up, Jabu? And so
you know what? Because
that's being replicated with them now with us.
We have open conversations about drugs, about everything, about what's going on politically. I think they're old enough, but it's like you can't hide them from it.
No.
Right.
We can't. And even my kids being, like are noticeably, when you see them, they're mixed. There's a lot of the Asian in them. So when COVID and was, luckily they didn't go through it, but we had those conversations about the Asian hate, and you might get people saying, "Hey, you caused COVID, you caused it because some orange guy said it was okay to say that." You know what I mean? So we have those open conversations about everything that's going on because they need to know, and they're old enough. I mean, shit, my son's playing video games like Call of Duty. Like I'm like, these are things like
like we talking craziness on there.
Right. Yeah. Right. So I think because we make it we're like open book. We had this conversation last night at dinner. And I said, and our daughter knows, and that because it's her first year of high school. We're like, doesn't matter what it is. You like she tells us everything, and it's a joke because she'll come home from school and she's like, "Daddy, I got tea." I'm like, "Oh shit, all right. What's this girl doing or what? What's this girl saying about her?" So I sit with her. And she's like, "Should we leave it for dinner when mommy comes home?" I'm like, "All right." Or I'm like, no, tell me now, and then you can fill mommy in after. Right? Don't worry about it. Gossip. But it's that open relationship.
And
so
my brother's a gossiper. He loves it, man.
It's part of my DNA.
Get him going, shit, man.
It's Italian DNA. We like the gossip, bro. Come on.